Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 46 of Sonic the Hedgehog IDW Comic Review. Now, as you know, I am now up to speed in my reviews for the IDW series of Sonic the Hedgehog. I managed to pick up issue 46 from my good friend Sean, and the cover mainly has Belle, Tangled, Joel, and Amy doing a sort of cool anime-ish pose while the forest is on fire. And let's get on the story. It starts off with Belle waking up saying, "I'm Belle, nice to..." And we kind of see how there's two unknown foes. And of course, we see how Belle looks around saying, "Oh, the fire, there's a lot of fire." And we see how Belle's glove burns off, revealing her robotic hands. We see how one of Eggman's robots manages to put out the fire, which turns out it's a good one. So of course, we see how Belle realizes it saved its life, and we kind of see how Tangle shows up and wanting to kind of get everyone out to safety, and so Tangle even wrapping up Belle's hand due to it being quite damaged. And of course, we see how Amy asks what are they going to do now, and we see the park ranger saying, "Not much, this campground is overcrowded, and the road out here isn't meant for heavy traffic." So of course they have to point out about what they're going to do with the whole stampede of angry campers and other things and that. So we kind of see how Joel isn't sure about what to do. And of course, we see how Amy sees one of the angry campers saying, "Hey Ranger, you're supposed to be in charge right here." And even points about like they got families and kids and they need to open the gate. And they quickly assume that the park ranger's kid was responsible, with one of them saying, "Hey fiery red wisp, hey hold on." So of course, we see how Amy uses her tornado hammer to get everyone's attention and pointing out the park ranger's doing his job and that they need to keep everyone alive and safe. So of course, we see how the guy says, "Okay, but that's not gonna stop the fire. You got another plan?" "Well, I'm about leading the charge, not fighting out the logics." And of course, we see how Joel isn't sure about what to do now, and even points out that she's just a museum curator and just got roped in with the Restoration HQ and the Metal Virus. But Amy reassures her she can do it and believes in her, which gives her the encouragement to know what to do, to get other people up to safety, use shovels and that to get out, and building a sort of safe area to get out from the fire. And of course, we see how in the woods, Tangled and Belle are now looking for the Ranger's son, and we kind of see how since unlike Belle, Tangled's organic, which means the smoke is going to damage her lungs. And we see how they look, saying, "It's the Ranger's kid." "Well, watch your step. I'm gonna let a little loose dirt stop me." And of course they try to make it through, and we see how the sort of good badnik gives Belle and Tangle a ride. And of course, they mainly use Belle's string to kind of get an extra boost. And of course, Tangle using her tail to give the extra boost as well, much like Springfield Gorge in The Simpsons. And of course, make it out in one piece. And we kind of see how Belle says, "It's Ashley, right? We're here to help you. I'm Belle. Nice to..." "Don't hurt me! I don't want to fight!" "Listen to me carefully. This is very important." And so she uses her clown nose honk. And of course, Belle says, "If you tell anyone, I will disassemble your bicycle and hide every piece." And of course, we see how Ashley points out that there were two people who really started the fire. So Belle reassured that it wasn't her. So of course they point out how they're going to get out from here. And of course, they try and find a way through. Ends up with Belle getting Ashley entangled, Belle out from safety. And just as a burning log comes crashing through. Just then the bandit sees them kind of holding on for dear life. And just then the Rog comes through with the robot getting bashed through, them sort of letting lose their grip, and then falling to their presumed death, even though they're probably going to survive this. And yeah, this is issue 46. And I have to say, it's really starting to build up an interesting story. We see how a simple camping trip turns into a life and death situation. We see how characters are struggling to survive, and how people just want to get out in one piece. So I think this issue definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.